man who will get us underway as the lights go green and everybody's safely away. Well, that's the first bit of good news, isn't it? On the outside is Ben McLaughlin in the white 68 car, Mark Humphrey there in the blue Trinity car, and everybody's streaming their way through Paddock Hill Turn. They drop down the hill and rise up again underneath the bridge and into Druids. Late on the brakes as you dare. Hopefully you don't lock up as Michael Woodcock did there, but he's up into second place, and that'll be a great move for him. Balfe has been, well, there's Balfe in front of us. We're on board with Bart Hayden. Sean Balfe shuffles back in the pack to fifth position behind Mark Humphrey. And will Balfe look down the inside? Yes, he does, but Humphrey protects his advantage, and the leader is now Ed Horner. So it's a cracking start there by Ed Horner. Horner leads from Woodcock. McLaughlin there in third place. Fourth is Mark Humphrey. In fifth is Sean Balfe, the championship leader, and everybody else safely through in the 18 car there further down the field. That's you, Hayden. And here we are with three abreast across the line. Unbelievable stuff. And Ben McLaughlin inherits the lead from Ed Horner. So Horner back to second now. We're on board with Nigel Taylor. And look at how close these Caterhams get to each other. 1.8 litre engines they run. Absolutely classic racing material. Very, very, very sideways they'll get. And the back end always trying to swap places with the front. If you get the power band all wrong, you're going to find yourself with all sorts of problems and dramas. And at the moment, problems and dramas for Sean Balfe, because to the inside of him is Bart Hayden. And behind him is Jason Dance, and Dance in the yellow car looking to go to the high, wide and handsome line. Balfe protects his position on the inside, and Bart Hayden can't make the passing manoeuvre work through Paddock. Takes the apex as he does so, and now it's Balfe's turn to have a go at Mark Humphrey. Oh, and Bart Hayden right at the inside. Opportunist manoeuvre or what, but Balfe fighting back on the outside as they come down Graham Hill. Balfe will have the inside line, but Hayden's gone all the way around the outside of him. Unbelievable stuff there from Bart Hayden. Great bit of driving. He seized the opportunity when it was presented to him. That's him in the orange car up to fifth place. And we're looking at the second place man, Ed Horner. Through McLaren and into clearways. Jason Dance is absolutely flying at the moment. So too is our race leader, Ben McLaughlin, but he can't make the breakaway. And it's a real choo-choo train coming down the track. And this time, it's the sixth car of Michael Woodcock who looks outside. Well, a bit of courage needed to go wide out there at Paddock, because who's going to dive through on the inside of you? Well, pretty much all the field if you're not careful. And they'll arrive at Druids very much looking for a piece of track on which to apply the old retardation equipment, and we've got Ed Horner back up into lead. So there we are, you see McLaughlin back to third now. Woodcock is second, Mark Humphrey in fourth place. Oh, and that's Clifton Wrottesley spinning up at Druids. Mind the traffic that's still on its way. It's all a bit dodgy round there, but here we're back with our leaders. Michael Woodcock is the leader in the yellow car, Ed Horner on the inside, and it's Ben McLaughlin on the outside, and they're both going to try and make a meat sandwich out of Michael Woodcock, and Horner is through, and so too Mark Humphrey. Humphrey jumps to the inside, he'll go third. Sean Balfe sweeping across our bow there on board with Bart Hayden to the inside of Ben McLaughlin. Unbelievable stuff, isn't it? So Ed Horner now leads, but for how long, we ask ourselves. Michael Woodcock there in second place. In third, it's Mark Humphrey, then Balfe. Then behind him, McLaughlin, and we've got another car pointing in the wrong direction, and that is the 88 car of Jack Newland, who's found himself facing the wrong way, and in fact, it looks like Newland's race is over. We're back with the leaders. Sort of everybody else, really, wanting to lead this race. Terrific stuff, isn't it? What a way to warm the cockles of your heart on a bright, sunny day. Here's Mark Humphrey now. His turn to make a move on Michael Woodcock. Humphrey on the outside, Woodcock on the inside. Missed the scrap for fifth place. Sean Balfe made a great recovery, hasn't he? He's moved himself up from what was 6th, 7th position at one point in that 7 car as they break for Druids to now be in third place. And that is quite remarkable as they go past the stranded Jack Newland car and down the hill. Bart Hayden tracking Mark Humphrey in front of him. The back marker there providing a challenge for these leading runners. And I think it looks as though Mark Humphrey might well have got through ahead. But Michael Woodcock is on the inside of him, trying to take advantage of that back marker. Oh, Woodcock goes through past Hayden, so Woodcock back up a position now. Well, as soon as you establish the order, it all changes again. That's what it's all about. Lots of overtaking. Great entertainment stuff here from the Caterham, the Superlights. And across the line they go, and it's Bart Hayden. This time it moves to the outside. Woodcock in danger of losing another position. And so he opts to retain the centre line round Paddock and think about pushing on to catch Mark Humphrey. Well, he's got to watch his mirrors. Oh, hello. Oh, he's up over the top. Oh, my word. That's going to be the end of the race for Bart Hayden. He's well and truly stuffed it in the gravel. And, well, I'm sure he'll ask himself questions about that. The black and yellow quarter flag is out. And that means that they will remove Michael Woodcock's car. Woodcock involved. That was the car that Bart Hayden went right up over the top of. And in fact, here's a chance to have a look at that again. There's Woodcock in the yellow car. Behind him, Bart Hayden misses the braking point, launched himself. Very lucky there not to spin that car over and barrel roll into the tire. Well, that could have been very, very nasty indeed. Thankfully, both of them are okay. Back with our leaders, Ed Horner leading Sean Balfe now. Ben McLaughlin's taken advantage of the black and yellow quartered flag. He's now up into third place. Michael Woodcock, of course, having been launched off into the gravel, and that's seen Jason Dance come through to be fourth now, with Mark Humphrey behind him. That's the leading quintet as they come to the line to complete another lap. Oh, and there's a bit of squeezing going on there. Ed Horner squeezing to the outside. Sean Balfe, a great challenge there by Sean Balfe, but it didn't pay off for him, but he might get to the inside this time. Ben McLaughlin's going to go to the inside of Balfe. No, he isn't, you know. He thought about it though, didn't he? And Jason Dance around the outside. Hey, hey, oh, dearie, dearie me. Jason Dance, poor old him, he made a move there at Druids, didn't he? And it's cost him a place because Mark Humphrey jumped through and said, thanks very much, Jace. That'll do nicely. No change in the leading two, despite the best efforts of Sean Balfe through McLaren and into Clearways. Seems to go on forever, this corner. Sweeping round to the right, brings you back onto the main straight. Closing stages now of this race. Can Horner hang on? Or can Sean Balfe find a way through? Well, these two just starting to open up a little bit of a gap, aren't they? 5 or 6 car lengths between the two. And Balfe fainted there to the outside. He jumped back to the inside. Horner, though, was wise to it and protected his position with great skill and aplomb. But look at Balfe. He really wants that leading position, doesn't he? He's not going to hang on till the final couple of corners. But we are making our way this time towards the checkered flag. Ed Horner comes down through Graham Hill Bend. Ben McLaughlin looks like his challenge has faded now, back in third place. He may well be happy to settle for that and the points to go with it. But Sean Balfe and Ed Horner are absolutely hammer and tongs at it through Surtees, taking a huge amount of curbing. Likewise on the exit as well. And look at now, McLaughlin has caught them. Well, they've been squabbling over this lead position. Not only McLaughlin, but Jason Dance, who's also just set the fastest lap in this race, coming towards the line. Who's going to dive for it? To the inside goes Balfe. Oh, on the line, it just goes to Ed Horner by the nearest of margins, 0.08 of a second, and Ben McLaughlin there in third.